Hello all, I again demonstrate the K-Madoid clustering through an example. We already learned K-Madoid clustering is a partition-based clustering in which n data points or objects are divided into K number of clusters. There are many types of K-Madoid clustering such as PAM, Kalra, Kalrans. Here we discuss partition around Madoid algorithm PAM. Okay, now we proceed with our examples. Let's see. In our example, we have 8 points A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1 and C2. And our task is to clustering these 8 points into 3 number of clusters. Okay. And it's also given in the example for distance measured between points we used Euclidean function. Okay, and some also points are also given, that's A1, B1 and C1 take as the center, initial center of the cluster or madoid of the cluster. Okay, now we go for solution. Like as a k-means algorithm in K-Madoid, initially we pick the k number of data points which represent the initial cluster center or madoids or representative objects or point. Suppose in this example we represent the 3 cluster as K1, K2 and K3. Now we go for iteration 1. The first task in the iteration 1 is to find the distance or calculate the distance between the non-madoid point to the madoid points. Since we take A1, B1, C1 as a initial madoid point, so remaining 5 points A2, A3, B2, B3 and C2 are the non-madoid points. Now suppose we find the distance between point madoid point A1 to non-madoid point A3 is such that A1 point is you can see the example. A1 point is 2, 10. That means the x value of point A1 is x value of point A1 is 2 and y value is 10, and the x value of A3 point is 8 and the y value is 4. So the Euclidean function apply over these 2 points to find the distance between them is square root of 2 minus 8 whole square plus 10 minus 4 whole square, which is the square root of 6 square plus 6 square. Now finally we get the square root of 72, which is 8.48. So in the table we can see that the distance between point A1 and A3 is 8.48. Similarly, we can calculate the R distances among the madoid point and the madoid points. So we finally get this table. We show the R distances. You can write down the matrix. I take some rest or some time here. Okay, I hope you all write the distance table in your notebooks. I go for next steps in iteration 1. Now we find the minimum distances of each non-medoid point to the medoid points, such that the points which are very closer to the clusters, either K1 or K2 or K3. Here we not include the 0 and dash, because these are the distances either medoid point to itself or medoid point to another medoid point. Okay, our purpose is only to calculate the distances between the non-medoid point to the medoid point. Now consider each column one by one. Now in A1, since A1 is already a medoid point of cluster K1, so we go for the next column A2, or column corresponding to the point A2. Now we see that the distance between A2 and C1, that means C1 is a centroid or medoid point of the cluster K3, is minimum among all these distances, which is 3.16. Similarly, A3 is more closer to the point B1. B1 is a medoid point of cluster K2, which is 5. Okay. Similarly, B2 is more closer to the point B1 with 3.60 is the distance. B3 also belong to the cluster K2 because its distance between medoid B1 is minimum among all medoid points. Okay. Similarly, C2 is also belong to the point. C2 is also belong to the cluster K2. Okay, due to the minimum distance 1.41 with point B1. Okay, so finally we get A3, B2, B3, C2 belong to the cluster K2, and B1 is also here, which is a medoid or center of the cluster K2. Similarly, A3 similarly A2 belong to the cluster K3 with C1 as a medoid point of the cluster K3, and K1 cluster contain only single A1, which is a centroid point of cluster K1. Okay, now we go to the next task in the iteration 1 is to calculate the absolute error or cost such that the distances we pick, those are the minimum. Find the summation of these distances like this: 5 plus 3.6 plus 4.12 plus 1.41 for the cluster K2, and plus 3.16 for the cluster K3. Here we have single point in a cluster K1, so no distance between cluster centroid of K1 to other points taken here. Okay, now find the summation of these distances. We find the value 17.29, which is an absolute error in iteration 1 or cost of iteration 1. Now we go for iteration 2. Like previous iteration, in next iteration or iteration 2, we swap a medoid of any cluster K1, K2 or K3 with the non-medoid point of a particular cluster. Suppose in K1 we have a single point, so there is no choice, but in K2 we have 5 points. Okay, so we have 5 points in which we take the medoid point of the cluster K2 initially B1. So we have other 4 choices of non-medoid point to swap B1 as a medoid point. That means हमारे पास K2 क्लस्टर में 5 पॉइंट्स हैं, जिनमें से B1 को हम पहले ही इनिशियली मेडॉइड पॉइंट ले चुके हैं. अब हमारे पास अदर जो 4 पॉइंट्स नॉन मेडॉइड पॉइंट्स हैं, उनमें किसी एक को B1 जो मेडॉइड पॉइंट था उससे रिप्लेस करेंगे. डैट मीन्स अब हम कोई नया मेडॉइड पॉइंट K2 के लिए पिक कर सकते हैं. देयर आर 4 चॉइसेस हियर. Similarly in K3 we have 2 points, okay, in which one is a medoid of the cluster K3, so we have single choice non-medoid point to take as a medoid. So there are many choices, and according to these many choices our final result may be changed. Okay, now suppose we take B3 point from cluster K2 as a new medoid. So our new set of medoid points are A1, B3 and C1. A1 is a medoid point of K1, B3 is a medoid point of K2 and C1 is a medoid point of K3. Now we again find the distances of non-medoid point to the medoid point, and which this table here shown the distances among these points using Euclidean function. Like this, distance between B3 to A3 is square root of overall 6 minus 8 whole square plus 4 minus 4 whole square, which is the square root of 4, and we get the value 2.0, and put the value between B3 distance between B3 and A3 is 2.0 in the table, and similarly we fill all the values in the table. Now again our task is to find the minimum distances among non-medoid point to the medoid point, and you can see in the table very easily point A2 belong to the cluster K3 and point A3 B2 belong to the cluster K2 and point B1 C2 belong to the cluster K1. And here in K1 cluster A1 is a medoid point. For cluster K2 B3 is a medoid point, and finally for cluster K3 C1 is a medoid point. Okay, you can see. You can note down the table. I hold a minute here. Here we also not include or consider 0 and dash. Reason I already discussed in the previous slides. Okay, we go for next slide. Hope you all are write down the table. Okay, now similarly as iteration 1 we calculate the absolute error of an iteration 2, and which is 3.6 plus 2.23 for cluster K1 for cluster K2 2 plus 1.41, and finally for cluster K3 3.16, because cluster K3 is a single point and a madoid. So distance between the madoid and the non-madoid point A2 is this. Okay, and then we find the value 12.4, and we can see that this value 12.4 is less than the previous absolute error of iteration 1 or previous cost. So the change of madoid in iteration 2 is acceptable or considerable. That means our new madoid are A1, B3 and C1. So now we finally get the clusters K1 with points A1, B1 and C2, K2 cluster with B2, B3, A3, and finally K3 cluster with C1 and A2. Okay. Important point is here that for simplicity we stop the algorithm here, but actually more iterations are required, because there are many choices are remaining in which non-madoid points replaced with the madoid point, and again we calculate the absolute error and see that the absolute error in the present iteration is less than or equal to is less than or more to the previous iteration or not. If yes, if that means if absolute error of current iteration is less than the previous iteration, then we swap the madoid point, otherwise not. So it may this algorithm may require more iterations. Okay, but for simplicity we stop after 2 iterations, and after 2 iterations we finally get the madoid points are A1, B3 and C1. Okay, now in the coming slide I implement the K-madoid using Python, scikit, NumPy and other Python libraries with the help of Google Colab or Jupyter Notebook. For implementing a K-madoid, we first require the package scikit learn extra. Okay, so first we install this package or library in the environment in which you implement your K-madoid algorithm. Now see the line from sklearn extra cluster import K-madoid, and here we use NumPy. Okay, now we use NumPy array, and here are our 8 points. Okay, A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1 and C2. Now we perform the K-madoid. Here we take number of cluster 3, and maximum iteration here I take 2, because we in our example we take 2 iteration, but by default algorithm take 300 iterations. Okay, and initially in our example we take A1, B1 and C1 as a madoid of the 3 clusters, but here algorithm choose according to some criteria. Okay, but important is that final answer is same as our example, our result. That means A1, point A1, B1 and C1 belong to the same cluster. Here A1, B1 and C2 belong to the same cluster. And similarly A2 and C1 belong to the same cluster. Let's see. A2, C1 belong to the same cluster. And similarly B2, B3, A3 belong to the same cluster. Yes, here A3, B2 and B3 belong to the same cluster. So the implementation of result also show the result we find in the previous calculation. Okay, now we plot the using matplotlib this result as a scatter plot, and which is this. Here red point show the centroid or madoid of the cluster. So here is one cluster, here is a second cluster, and here is a third cluster. These are yellow points. These are the yellow points. Important in this K madoid is that here we not use the mean of the cluster. Okay, we simply take a point as a cluster center, but in K-means we find the mean of the points belong to the cluster and represent these mean as a center point or centroid of the cluster. I also implement this example with the use of K-means algorithm. That is the implementation of K-means algorithm from sklearn cluster import K-means, and here we take number of clusters is equal to 3, and here I take number of iteration by default, but you can put the value 2 or you desire. Okay, now print x labels will represent the labels of each points, that means which represent the cluster number of each point which the point belongs. Here A1 belong to the point belong to the cluster 2, which is represented by 1. A2 belong to the cluster 3, which is represented as 2, and A3 point belong to the cluster 1, which is represented at 0. And this is the result of K-means algorithm. In K-means algorithm, point A1, B1 and C1 belong to the same cluster. Similarly, A2 and C1 belong to the same cluster, and A3 and B2, A3, B2 and B3 belong to the same cluster. And this is the scatter plot of the K-means clustering result. You can see that here 3 points are extra shown in the plot, which these points are red, which represent the centroid or center point of the cluster. Okay, and I previously said K-means represent the cluster as a mean of the cluster points belong to the cluster. So 3 points are more represented in the K-means clustering plot. Okay, that's all. For any query, ask me through my email or WhatsApp number. So stay home and stay safe. Thank you.